Hi, I'm Gianmaria. I'm Italian, but I'm actually half Italian, half English. I grew up most of my life in Italy. I studied in Italy. Today, I find myself in Singapore. I've been living here for nearly 3 years, 2.5. I'm working for an engineering company. It's called ST Microelectronics. It's actually an Italian company, and I've been working here for 2.5 years as a project manager.
Could you please describe the situation right now in Singapore?
Singapore experienced roughly, let's say, two waves. So after the virus started in China, Singapore was one of the most hardly hit countries at the time. The numbers were still very small compared to what we are seeing today, but I remember around the peak we had around 100 cases roughly. That made Singapore at the time the second highest country behind China for the number of cases. Um, I think in general the government and especially the healthcare department, they have a really good plan in place. They experienced the 2003 SARS pandemic, which was not that tough in Europe. It was much tougher in Singapore, so they prepared quite well for this kind of situations, and I think they really managed to track detailedly people, their movements, and who they contact, and managed to put a hold, let's say, on the spreading of the virus in the first place. Then with the first wave coming to Europe, mostly, and other countries around Asia, what happened is that we had a lot of new imported cases coming to Singapore, and that led to a second explosion, which is now currently, let's say, in place with 900 cases, new cases, if I remember well, 2 days ago. Um, I think this is due mainly to two factors. As I mentioned, new cases coming from Europe or other Asian country, which then have spread in the so-called dormitories. So these are mainly foreign workers coming from China, Myanmar, Indonesia, that live in Singapore and work in Singapore with other families. So they are hosted in these dormitories.
What are the measures of containment implemented by the government?
Currently we're on I would call it a light lockdown, in the sense that most people are obligated to stay home. You are still allowed to go outside for grocery shopping, for activities such as riding a bike or going for a run or for a walk. So if it's some physical activity, you're still allowed to do so. You're allowed to go also to restaurants to buy and take away food, not to stay there and eat, but to take away, it's fine. And also, I don't know, hair cutters, they're still open. So all companies are advised whenever possible to push for work from home.
Is there any measure that includes the use of technology like apps or trackers?
Yeah, there was an app which was actually developed a few months ago, I would say. I would say over a month ago for sure, and it tracks your movements officially in a anonymized way. And let's say through that you're allowed to, if you come, they will text you, they will call you in case you came in contact with a confirmed CV-19 case. The app is not obligatory. So you don't have to download it if you don't want to. Let's say it's on a volunteer basis.
And do you use that app?
I actually downloaded it and then I deleted it because I'm not so, how to say, privacy is not that much of a concern for Singaporeans. I'm a bit more concerned about it. Having said this, I think they already tracked me anywhere. It's a very, let's say, it's quite a policed state, Singapore. Not in the sense that you see like military or policemen outside, but there's a lot of cameras, etc. around. So they're able to track your movements anyway, I think, even without the app.
How do you spend your time during this quarantine? Also related to your job, are you working from home?
Yeah, so at the moment, because my company is a manufacturing company, I'm currently on a 50-50 basis, let's say. I will go to work half of the times. Um, this is my second week at home. Last week I was at home, and the next 2 weeks, the following 2 weeks, I will go to work instead. So that's the plan for now. It may change, but for now, that's the schedule, let's say. I'm pretty much able to work from home, honestly, most of the time. Um, what I do outside, as I mentioned, I'm actually like doing some university applications, so that takes most of my time anyway. So I hadn't had the time to have that much fun in the last few months anyway. Mostly the thing is they allow us to go outside and do some sports. So I'm cycling a lot actually, which is quite nice. Going for a run, and mostly when I'm at home, it's mostly reading. I started a big puzzle like weeks ago. That's takes a lot of time too, and yeah, watching movies and video gaming mostly.
Can you define the whole situation in a word?
I would say calm, actually. And I say calm because of two reasons. One is I think people should be calm and try to act responsibly, and so it's more an invitation and a suggestion to people, and not you know you have to wear it out. We have to wait for it to go away, and we have to wait. So we need to stay calm because it's not going to go away in the next 2 weeks, but it will probably be there for a few months and maybe years. And I say calm also because I'm in the city center, and it's really dead. There's nobody around anymore, so I think that describes the situation quite well.
Yeah. So the city actually changed a lot because of this crisis.
Yeah. So the other day I was cycling and I saw otters just beside the river, next to the cycling lane. They were just like there sunbathing. So also in Singapore, the animals are retaking the city.
Yeah. Yeah, that's amazing. Um, that's like a demonstration of how human beings took the space and like invaded the space, and now the earth is trying to taking it back somehow.
Yeah, and it's doing a good job at it.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Gianmaria, for your time
Thanks
and
to you.
and for your description of Singapore. And that's it. We're done.
See you soon.